I'm a musician myself. I listen to your music and I am just in awe of what you guys can accomplish. Do you guys write to try to push your skill level each album? Does each album try to get harder for you, or do you like to play more in your comfort zone when you write music, or does it really kind of how the song goes?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a good question. I would say what we do is we follow our instinct, and this means that we never think of our music thinking of what we're able to do. We just do it, and when we do it, then we're okay. Now we have to deal with it. That's
I hear you. Yeah,
that's what we do, because I think it's not that we want to, we don't decide from the beginning that we have to technically push things, because from some point of view, like Agony. On the for example, the rhythm guitars, it's more simple than something that we did before. There's some songs in Oracles that are more difficult than songs in Agony, but from other points of view, some things are much harder, like even coordination with the vocals or drum parts that actually got harder and even faster. But we really don't do that on purpose. We just say, okay, we don't have to stop where our skills stops, just like following what is good for the music itself, for what is beautiful, and then obviously face it, because I think once you do something you like, there's no way you will not be able to do that if you just concentrate on it. So we just try to rehearsal and play and do tours and whatever. So that's how you get better. So it's just a way of stimulate yourself and propose good music. That is the only very important thing that there is at the basis.
Francesco was in Hour of Penance while FLESHGOD Apocalypse was being created.
Yeah.
Did that make it easier or harder for FLESHGOD to get more successful? Did he have any contacts he brought to FLESHGOD to help you guys out?
I would say, like everything, there's a bright side and a dark side in this thing, because I wouldn't say it's about context, but obviously it was good for us that that he had his name into Hour of Penance, because of course from some points of view, even if he was singing and everything, but actually he was doing the same thing in FLESHGOD at the beginning, because Oracles, he was singing and playing guitar. So it was good to maybe for a certain fan base to know that this guy was playing Hour of Penance that existed from a longer time. But on the other hand, there was a lot of confusion between the two bands and components of the bands and everything, and on the other hand also the fact that actually for making things happen between what we had to do with Hour of Penance and with FLESHGOD, it was very hard, especially for him actually, because on the concrete point of view, it was hard, because he needed to rehearsal with them and do tours, and we were trying to get bigger and everything. So obviously there were many things that actually were difficult, but that's why actually at a certain point he decided to concentrate on FLESHGOD, because actually Francesco is the main composer in the band, and he wanted to concentrate on his music rather than play. I mean, obviously we're good friends with Hour of Penance and we really like their music, and he I think he was pretty satisfied with them, but obviously sometimes when there's something that you feel it's more yours,
when it's more yours, exactly,
obviously he had no choice, I would say, at that point. But yeah, it's good to see that it worked out, and we're still having a very good relationships with those guys, and we actually met them on this tour at the New England Metal Fest, because they were playing on tour with Nile and the Black Dahlia. Very,
that'd be a good show.
A very good package, and yeah, it's good that we're still friends, and they're doing their things, and we're doing our things, and we're getting bigger together. So it's a very good thing.
Who is your favorite band you guys have ever played with?
Who? I would say, just a few days ago we played with Nile, and that's that's been beautiful, I would say, because
I can imagine, yeah.
and it was actually the first time I saw them playing, so to me it was even better, and it was so cool to, it's so cool to see when some band you've been into for a long time, it's composed, by very nice guys. So it's been so cool to meet them and see that they're really nice guys and they love what they do, and that's a beautiful thing. And I would say the Black Dahlia Murder, we played with them several times in different tours, and we love them. They're great guys, great musicians. We're really in good relationship with them, and of course, we in February we played the Neurotic Death Fest in Holland, and we played with Cannibal Corpse and Behemoth, and that's been okay, this is it.
Oh wow!
To me, at least, being a metalhead from long before playing with FLESHGOD, obviously it's been like a great honor. So that's the highlights for now, I would say.
I can imagine.
I mean, there's a lot more, because there's a lot of bands we played with that we love. We played with Suffocation, we played with Dying Fetus, all great bands. But that's in my personal taste. We playing with Cannibal Corpse, playing with Behemoth. To me, it's a great inspiration. So it's being one of the best things we've done.
Exactly. I know you guys have covered the song "Blinded by Fear" by At the Gates.
Yeah.
And I've watched a few interviews with you guys and seen that you guys want to do a classical piece. What classical piece would you like to cover most? And if it's possible, when do you guys plan on doing it?
That's hard to say. I mean, there's so many things that we actually still didn't actually think about it. We know that we'll do it, but I wouldn't say any particular piece for now, because it's like classical music also have many difficulties to go through to make it actually as a death metal song, because it's not like writing your own music, but you need to understand which things can be actually adapted. So I would not say anything in particular, but and even for the time when we're doing it, I still don't feel like I can say it, but what is sure that we'll definitely do it. So just stay tuned.
Are you guys working on a follow-up to the Agony album yet? If you are you worried about having to try and top the level of awesomeness that CD is?
Thank you. That's a good thing to hear that you guys liked it. And we still didn't actually write any material, because actually this 2012 I think will be a year of promotion and touring still. So we actually have been out for almost 4 months now from the beginning of the year, but I think more will come. So I think we were planning to probably take some time off to write the new album at the beginning of 13. But on the other hand, we're still we're already having ideas on what we're gonna do. So we're the thing itself is taking shape in our mind.
Gotcha.
And from the point of view of evolving and do better, I think. You don't have to be afraid of that. We're pretty confident we can do better, and on the other hand, but on the other hand, I think that happens until you love music and you still keep listening to music, because that's what it is. That's inspiration comes from many things, from life, from music itself. But what is important is to stay tuned and keep on understanding what's happening in the musical ambient all around. So if you're interested in music, ideas will come. So
okay. And final question I got for you. It's from a friend of mine named Mark Dupriest.
Yeah.
He asked, how did a bunch of talented guys like you happen to get together, and whose idea was this band? Obviously, I guess it was Francesco's, but elaborate a little, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, actually, from the first two guys that formed FLESHGOD were Francesco and Paolo, our bass player, and right after, but actually at the beginning, so we could say it's the same time, even Cristiano. And as you know, we had some changes. Francesco was playing guitar, and then he switched to drums, and so I would say on one hand, it's been a matter of being focused on having the right people in the band. to the point that Francesco decided to play drums, because they couldn't find a drummer who at that point was able to do what we were supposed to do, and that's been very courageous from Francesco.
Very. He's an insane drummer.
Yeah. But on the other hand, I think this is the real secret, that he's been aware from the beginning that it's very important to have the right people, even more than the right musicians in a band.
Yes.
Because if that happens, then every musical skill, if obviously there's a talent at the base, that there have to be obviously, but it can be improved. So nobody of us, I would say from the beginning, was actually already confident with these things and able to do everything we had to do. Every one of us is still fighting to get there, and that's the good thing. That is a path we're doing together. On the other hand, I would say even being lucky is a good thing. So,
Very.
Because actually in the band, almost everybody we were friends from a lot of years. So it's good that
that's very good.
We're a band, but we're still friends. And even if a lot of people say that for professional music you need just to have the right musician, but I wouldn't say that, because having friends in the band is very important, because if you have a feeling of of friendship between the people in the band, I'm sure that the energy that comes out is bigger, because there's a different feeling that goes beyond the music itself. So